Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another amazing morning this morning here on our awesome Florida Gold Rush, a 90-day sprint right into the national convention. Let me see. I'm going to make Mr. Lewis a co-host. If that's cool, you can help me with the guest list.
Got you covered.
I'll also make Mr. David Hauser. Ooh, everything's moving so fast. It's so fast. All right. Mr. David Hauser, where you at? There you go. All righty. So we got 2 co-hosts, 3 co-hosts. All right. So look, ladies and gents, I don't want to waste any more time here. I'm just going to dive right into what we have going on today because it's going to be powerful stuff, right? Yesterday, just a quick review, we have Mr. Darnell Self drop 3 big nuggets. Okay. And this is by design. 3 nuggets that he dropped on all of us, right? Get yourself a workout partner, fill up your funnel, and follow up, right? 3 big nuggets. Now, here's what we're going to do. For 90 days, every presenter or trainer that gets on to help us out, they're going to drop 3 nuggets for us, okay? So in 90 days, right? In 90 days, you're going to have what?
What's 270 nuggets.
My man. You got it. 270 Legal Shield nuggets on how to help your business explode, guys. Everyone in Florida should be jacked up, on fire, excited about that because it's your team, it's your business. So here's what we're going to do. I'm not going to continue to bombard Florida with emails. I'm not going to continue to bombard everyone with, all of Florida for text messages. I just want to communicate about this 90-day run with this 90-day run team. So do me the favor. If you want me to continue to reach out to you, everyone, text real quick if you can. Shoot a quick text message to me and say, I'm in. If you want to participate in this 90-day run team, I'm going to open up another a group me chat just for us to communicate on so we can celebrate each other. We can communicate. We can remind each other about the call. Mr. Darnold Self touched about accountability yesterday. That was big. I mean, that's a big deal, keeping each other accountable. That's how we win, So, again, if you can, shoot me a quick text message. That's my phone number up there, 305-282-1839. Text me, I'm in, and I will add you to that Florida Gold Rush group me that we're going to start today. So without any further ado, I'm going to go ahead and introduce our guest speaker today, folks, Mr. Will Dadzie. This guy is electrifying. He is fire, guys. This guy is amazing. He's a brand new $100,000 income earner. He just got his 100K ring. So proud of what he's done. A brand new, also, network vice president for the 2 states, right? It is Maryland and Virginia. Yeah, you can correct me when you come on. But guys, none other than Mr. Will Dadzie. I'm just going to give you the call, sir, and you can correct me. Let everyone know what states you're the MVP for.
Awesome. Well, good morning, Mr. Gonzalez. Thank you so much for having me. I was like, who is he talking about here for a second? Then I had to remember that's my photo over there. Good morning, everyone. And I am the MVP for DC, Maryland, Virginia, West Virginia, and Delaware. So 5 states. And good morning. It's so great to be in the company of greatness, right? I love what you guys are doing here. It just seems as if you guys are excited. You guys are focused. You guys are going to do some great things. I can't wait to hear about all the incredible results you guys have as a result of this call, because I know what calls like this can do, especially when you're having them every single morning. Why? We have them for our team every single day. But for those of you who don't know me, I'm going to go ahead and share my story here really quickly and then get into a little bit of training, okay? Now, just to let you know, my name is Will Dadzie, as you heard, and just to tell you a little bit more about myself, I'm a 10-year military vet with the United States Navy. I started working with this incredible company, Legal Shield, some 15 plus years ago. And at the time, I was in the military. My wife was in the military. We had 2 small kids. And quite frankly, what I found was that military life wasn't always too conducive to family life, if you can imagine. Because one second, my wife would be out on deployment. And when they bring her back, guess what? They send my butt out on deployment. So it always just seemed as if we never had any time with each other or any time with our kids for that matter. So we were actually looking for something, found Legal Shield, and I never forget, My very first month working on a very part-time, spare time basis, I matched my military pay. I got excited about that naturally, right? After 5 short months of working with this company, I became an executive director and I was making almost twice my military pay. 2.5 years later, I decided to give up my military career, go full-time with Legal Shield, and I've never looked back. I haven't worked for anyone now in over 13 years. The following year after I left the military, I was blessed and fortunate to have our law firm found a loophole in my wife's military contract, which would allow us to buy her out of her contract for $25,000. And due to all the extra income we were making, we were able to do that. So my wife hasn't worked for anyone in over 12 years now. So we went from having no time at all to today we have time whenever we want it. We've been blessed and fortunate to put our kids through the best of the best private schools. We love to travel. Matter of fact, because of this business in the last 6 years, we've been blessed and fortunate to visit 21 different nations across 4 different continents in pure luxury on our own dime. And we're just getting started with that. And so thank you so much, Mr. Gonzalez, for having me. You guys have extraordinary leadership, by the way, just to have a leader who thinks of everyone like that and says, you know what, we're going to have a 90-day run and we're going to help everyone have the tools that they need to propel and take their businesses to the next level. That's what it's all about. And so do me a favor, thank Mr. Gonzalez in the chat box. Let him know how much you appreciate him, because that's true leadership at its best, okay? And so, like your pastor always says, I won't be before you long, okay? There might be a few closes in there. So you guys are doing a 90-day run, right? And I know that, Mr. Self went through some incredible things with you guys. He talked about having a workout partner, right? So important to have a workout partner, because you got to have somebody who you're working out with, right? There's nothing like having somebody who's with you, going with you to help you do what you want to do, and you're cheering and rooting for each other, because that forms what? Energy and synergy, and it helps everybody move from one level to the next. Then of course, he talked about what? Filling your pipeline, right? How many people are you exposing? How many people are you following up with? If you're not exposing anyone, you got no one to follow up with, right? So that's very, very important, okay? And of course, the fortune is in the what? The follow-up, right? Follow up, follow up, follow up. So what I'm going to say here is, look, with this 90-day run, okay, the first thing you need to do is you've got to have a goal, right? You got to have a desire. What are you desiring to accomplish by the end of this 90 days? Are you looking to go director? Are you looking to go senior director? Are you looking to go executive director? Are you looking to close out and earn a ring? Maybe you're looking to get from one ring level to the next. What is your desire? What is it that's going to push you? What is it that you want to have? Because you got to be clear about your goals. If you don't know where you're going, you can't get there. You have to have a destination, family. So once you know what exactly you want to do and what it is you want to accomplish, now you have to have the desire to push yourself there, and you've got to commit to it, right? Commitment is so key and important. Doing the thing that you said you were going to do long after the feeling is gone. Doing what you said you were going to do long after the feeling is gone, right? You have got to be committed to the process, because you got to understand it is a process, and there are going to be some ups and downs, and there are going to be some times during this 90-day run that you're saying, oh my gosh, I'm tired. Oh my gosh, I don't want to do this. Oh my gosh, I can't give up bowling night twice a week. Oh my gosh, I can't give up going to the movies. I can't give up sleep. I can't do, I can't. But we got to understand that you got to act on your commitments and not your feelings. Act on your commitments and not your feelings. You see what I'm saying? Never let how you feel overtake what you know. You know that if you don't get to executive director, by the end of this 90-day run, you're going to feel bad about it. You're going to see other people who you were in this group with, other people who said they were going to go ED, and you're going to say, man, I know I didn't give it everything I got. And look at this person. They went ED. Look at this person. They went bronze. They went silver. They went gold. They went platinum. They got their ring. And then you're going to be like, man, you're going to feel horrible. So never let how you feel overtake what you know, okay? That's super important, okay? Act on your promises, right? You promised yourself you were going to get done. You promised your family you were going to get this done. You promised everyone on this call that you were going to get this done. So be committed to the process, even when, there are bumps and bruises, and it seems as if, you're putting the work in, and it just seems as if it's not, coming the way you want. You're not even sure if the plan that you put in place, because that's the next thing, right? It may look like it's not happening, but you have got to be committed and know that, you know what? I said I was going to do this. I put a strong plan together, right, to how I was going to do this, and I got to trust the process. I can assure you that every single leader at some point in time, asks themselves, am I really doing the right thing here? I think I'm doing the right thing here. And somewhere along the line, they put themselves in check and say, hey, I'm following the right steps. I'm doing the right things. I just got to be consistent and committed to the process, okay? And so have a desire and be committed to accomplishing that goal that you said you wanted to accomplish, right? Of course, you already have a game plan on what you're going to do and how you're going to do that, right? But now you've got to what? Take action. Execute, right? It's all about execution. What's the point in having a plan if you're not going to execute the plan, right? If you're not going to take action on the plan, you can't get to where you need to be without the action. No way, no how, right? So it is super duper important to make sure you take action. What is the action? Doing the 3 exposures, the 3 to 5 exposures every single day. Or in this 90-day run, maybe you're telling yourself, I'm doing 7 to 10 exposures every single day, right? You know, that's what we're talking about here. Be committed to it. Take action on it. You have got to get the exposures out there, right? That's part of the action. The part of the action is what? Following up with the people who you expose. And let me talk about exposures real quickly, right? Like a good neighbor, State Farm is what? There, right? We all know this. Why? An exposure is nothing short of like a commercial. I'm just telling you, the more people see it, hear it, the more it becomes space repetitive and the more people understand, oh, that's Legal Shield. That's all an exposure is. And so you got to make sure you get those exposures out there. Why? These are commercials, guys. These are commercials that we have. Then, of course, the fortune is in the follow-up because nobody's ever going to say, hey, Jeffrey Lewis, been looking for this thing for my whole life. Oh my gosh, thank you so much. How do I sign up with you? It's never gonna happen, guys. You have got to take action. You got to pick up the phone and you got to dial for dollars. You got to dial for that next appointment. You got to dial for that next invite that you're gonna get somebody on a Zoom with. That's the name of the game. But if you're not doing the exposures and you're not following up with the people, then guess what? It's not gonna happen. And follow up, by the way, family, it's not always doing text messages. You see, people hide behind the text messages. Maybe I should just take my iPad. People hide behind a text message. They just hide, right? That's all they do, right? Look, there is nothing like picking up the phone and giving somebody a call and they feel your energy. They feel your passion. They feel your drive. They get excited because you're excited. Understand this. Your music counts. It matters, family. It just does, Florida. It does. Are you excited about what you're going to do? Are you envisioning what it's going to feel like once you accomplish that goal, right? You know, and that's what you use to propel yourself to do the action, do the activity, right? Even when it seems as if, you know, what you're doing isn't working, you're committed to it, right? So you got to get excited about that. You got to do the exposures. You got to do the follow-up calls. You got to do the 3-way phone calls. That's the glue that sticks this whole thing together. Never forget, when I got started, you know, I tried to do this business my way, right? I thought I was Usher. She likes it my way. No, I'm not Usher. She didn't. Look, I'm doing all this stuff, doing it my own way, and it's just not working for me, right? And so I never forget, I called my sponsor. I said, dude, this thing isn't working the way I thought it would. He says, yeah, that's because you keep trying to do this thing yourself. We got a system. If you follow the system will never fail you. Hear me out again, Florida. If you follow the system will never fail you, right? Part of the system is what? Doing the 3-way phone call. So you do the follow-up, you find out what they like best, and boom, we're off to what? The 3-way phone call. This is basics. We all know who the San Antonio Spurs were, right? Especially a few years ago, right? With Tim Duncan and Tony Parker. Look, the most boring team in the NBA back then. Tell me I'm lying. They just straight fundamental basketball, but their fundamentals won them 5 championships, guys. 5 golden rings. I'm just saying. And so we got to get back to the fundamentals, the exposures, the follow-ups, and then, of course, the 3-way phone calls. Once we secure the football, what do? We launch them, right? Once somebody passes you, I wasn't even born with the sports genes. I don't even know what this is. I don't even watch football. But here's what I know. When somebody throws you the ball and you catch the ball, what do? You throw it to the next person, right? You don't hold on to that ball, right? And so what do we do here? You do the 3-way phone call. Your expert does what they do. They close them out. Now we got to what? Launch that person. Launch them. Do the welcome call and launch them immediately. Yes, Is it tough sometimes? Yeah, it's tough sometimes. Can you have a group of people who keep calling you at the same time? We all wish for that problem, right? It happens that way because there's something about having momentum. There's something about having drive. There's something about that fire, guys. And I'm telling you, when that fire comes, there's an excitement that will come and people will travel from all around to watch you burn. They want to be a part of what you're doing because you're fired up and you're wind up and you're going, okay? So have a desire, take action. Third thing, count the cost. There's always a cost involved, right? Nobody's going to give it to you. You got to take it. I'll say it again. No one is going to give it to you. You got to take it sometimes. There's a cost. There's some sacrifices. So maybe you're going to have to sit down with your family and you're going to have to say, look, for the next 90 days, I'm going to be doing X, Y, Z. But hey, I can tell you this, at the end of this 90-day run, we'll be executive directors, or we would have moved up and got our ring, or we would have moved up another ring level, or maybe perhaps, look, once we do this, this is going to be the reward, right? We're going to go to, if you got young kids, hey, Disney is always great. And I know this is Florida, right? So, but you guys have so much to do there, right? Maybe you plan a trip, or maybe you figure something out that the family has always wanted to do, and that's the promise. But here's what I need you guys to understand. For the next 90 days, I got to stay focused on this. And so I may not be able to have movie time with the family all the time. I may not be able to do the, bowling night all the time. I may have to put some things to the side to get to where I need to go, right? What are you willing to give up to go up, right? We've got to give something up, right? You're not going to be, I'm not going to become a platinum executive director without giving some things up. There's always a cost involved in that, and you've got to be willing to pay the cost so you can get there. You can't just say, hey, I want to go to like Mr. Aaron Browning, right? We all know who he is. He's in Iceland or heading to Iceland now, right? He can just say, go to the airline and say, hey, I want to go to Iceland. And they say, okay, hey, Aaron and Dora Browning, come on in. No, the first thing they're like, well, shucks, where's your ticket? Did you pay for a ticket? You didn't pay for a ticket. You ain't going to Iceland. You pay for the ticket, you can get on board. That's just the name of the game. You have to pay for it, right? And it's going to cost you something, right? It may cost you some sleep. It may cost you some extra hours of work. It may cost you a little pain, but you've got to be willing to show up to go up. You've got to be willing to go through the pain to get to where you need to be. That's how your winning is done. That's where you're going to find victory. That's where you're going to have a proud moment, and you'll be glad that you did it, family. I'm telling you, there's so many people on this call right now. I am sure you're saying to yourselves, look, I want to go to the ED Gala. I can't wait to go to the ED Gala. I want to go to the ED Gala. And we all know you got to qualify for executive director, what? In the month of June, the month of July, and the month of what? August. And here's what I can tell you. We've never had an ED Gala at a fall event in recent times. Never. Okay, look, we've been locked up, cooped up for like 18 months or so. I promise you, Legal Shield is going to do it big. This is probably going to be the best ED Gala ever. You don't want to miss it. You're talking red carpet. You're in your black, you're in your tuxedo, gentlemen. Ladies, you're in your gown. You're in those favorite shoes you've been waiting to wear because you bought it during the pandemic, right? And you haven't been able to go anywhere, right? You're talking about a 4 or 5 course meal. You're talking about amazing guest speakers that we always have at the ED Gala that don't come on stage to talk anyway. It's just for the executive directors and above. You're rubbing the shoulders with the who of who's, and there's always a little dance party that takes place. I mean, I'm just telling you, right? You want to be there. I've always had a mentality. I'm either the best or I'm with the best. I need to be a part of that conversation, and you need to be a part of that conversation. You got to believe in yourself. You got to say to yourself, you know what? We can do this. And so here's what I'm going to say, family. Look, you have to get some things up right now. The bad news is, shucks, it's the 16th of the month, 16th of June. Check your goals, check where you are. Hopefully you're whiteboarding and you're tracking everything, because that's very important, right? But here's the deal. Maybe you're not where you're supposed to be. Here's what I'm going to tell you. In the next 2 weeks, you can get it done. How do I know? I've seen it happen time and time again. So I'll tell you a quick story. I remember here recently in April of just April 16th, right? That's when we had our International Dallas Conference, right? That's when we had our Dallas conference, and it was virtual, right? I decided, you know what? We want to get some of our teammates together. We had about 25 to 30 of our teammates who flew in. Some of them flew, some of them drove in. People came from all over the country to come hang out with Mrs. Dadzie and I, right? And we all stayed in the same house, beautiful house, 3-story house, 6,000 square feet, elevator in the house, swimming pool, hot tub, you name it, we had it, right? Incredible. Ordered a chef to cater the whole thing. We had a great time at that event. But I can tell you this, there was a young lady there, her name is Benita Cruz. Benita Cruz Nadler was at a point in her business. She had been in the business a few months. She had some hot success, like right out the gate, right? And then life started to get in the way, right? She's caretaking for her parents, both her parents, right? She has a part-time job that she's working. She's got kids. She's got a lot going on. And she found herself not doing anything anymore. No, Siri, I didn't say anything. She found herself in a situation where she just felt like she was stuck and she felt like she was dying out. And I remember calling her and I said, look, I need you to come to this event. And she was like, no, I don't know. Then she says, okay, I'll come. She says the day she was supposed to come to the event, guys, she was like, nah, I don't know if I even want to go. She's talking herself out of it. But then she says, look, I made a promise to Mr. Dazie. I made a promise to Ms. Tillis Alose. That's her executive, by the way. She says, look, I got to go. She comes to the event and gets fired up, gets super duper excited. This business went from her head to her heart. She began to understand what Legal Shield was about. The fact that we were all together, there was energy, there was synergy. We got to learn together. We got to grow together. We laughed, we cried, all of it, right? We became family. It went from being virtual to becoming a reality. And she said, you know what? I want to go director. She's a manager, by the way. She says, I want to go director this month. We got 10 days. Look, the conference was April 16th and April 17th, right? The 18th, we had a big barbecue there. We were hanging out, just chilling, playing games, and we had a breakout session. Everybody left to go home on April the 19th. It was a Monday. So literally, right? She's not doing anything while she's driving. She had 10 days left in the month. Let me tell you something, family. In 10 days, this young lady went from manager to senior director. I can't make this stuff up. I'm just saying, this is what's possible when you make a decision, draw a line in the sand and say, I'm gonna get it done. I got to get it done, right? I know, look, it's bad grammar, but it makes for good Legal Shield gospel. Hang with me, Florida. I'm just saying, okay? She got it done because she was focused. Guess what? She went executive director last month. You can't stop momentum. Once the momentum is there and that snowball is going, you can't stop it. But it comes from having a what? Making a decision that you're going to do it. You're willing to make the sacrifice. You're willing to go through the pain so you can get a little what? Gain. That's what we're talking about here. And so, I'll leave you all with this, okay? Maybe perhaps, at once upon a time, you were at the pinnacle, highest level of your Legal Shield career. Maybe things were going great for you. Maybe, maybe you feel stuck. Maybe, you're reflecting and saying, man, sometimes this thing feels impossible. Sometimes this thing feels like, man, it's a big mountain. Here's what I'm going to tell you. Never, ever, 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 ever let your past memories become greater than your future dreams. I'll say it again. Never let your past memories become greater than your future dreams. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm just saying, Florida, it's time to step up. It's time to step into your greatness. It's time to go out there and go get it. Have your goals in front of you, your dreams, your aspirations. Figure out what you want to accomplish here in the next 90 days. Make sure you've got a burning desire to get it done because you got to feel the burn, right? Take action because it's important to take action. Faith without works is what? Dead. You can have the faith all you want. I'm going ED. I'm going to get my 50K ring. I'm going to become a 6-figure ring earner. It's never going to happen unless you take action. So you got to show up so you can go up. And last but not the least, count the cost. Understand there's a cost involved to getting there. Nobody's going to give it to you for free. You got to be willing to pay the cost so you can get there. So with that, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Will Dadzie. I'm from Virginia Beach, Virginia. Thank you so much for having me, Mr. Gonzalez. Take care, take charge. I'm looking forward to celebrating all your successes. See you over the top. Back over to you, Mr. Gonzalez.
Wow, guys, real quick before nobody leave just yet. If we had a mic to give this man, he could drop it for sure. Mr. Dadzie, thank you. We appreciate you. Hey, real quick, everyone, let's give him a good Florida welcome, a good morning. Unmute yourselves and show him how grateful we are for him spending some time Let's go. Let's go.
All right,
Let's go.
Mr. Dadzie.
It was amazing.
We appreciate you.
Appreciate you, sir.
Fired
On
up.
our way to our wealthy place.
Yay,
Good
thank
stuff.
you.
Awesome, guys. Awesome. Mr. Dadzie, thank you again. Hey, before you go, I want to show you what the lineup is going to look like for the next couple of days, right? It's going to be awesome, right? Again, if you got on here a little late, if you want to participate in this group me app, I forgot to mention, I'm going to have special incentives for this group. We're going to have some fun. It's not just another chat thing. No, we're going to be a family. We're going to go up together. We're going to celebrate together. I'm going to put big incentives into that small group. So make sure you participate. If you want to participate, text I'm in to 305-282-1839. So check this out. Tomorrow, we got Mr. Rob Hurst. Mr. Rob Hurst, brand new $200,000 income earner, another network vice president. And then on Friday, we got Mr. Don Thompson, the president of Legal Shield, $300,000 income earner, is going to be here with us to drive us through the weekend. And the week after that, ladies and gents, we got the Sardines are going to be on here with us. April Hurst is going to be on here with us. Scott Scantlin's going to be on here with us. Mr. Cliff Malloy is going to be on here with us, guys. We got straight fire coming to Florida, so you better show up to go up, like Mr. Dadzie said, guys. Make it an amazing day. You got some homework, right? I want everyone to get on Facebook or Twitter or Instagram and meet 10 new people today. Just say hi. Just meet 10 people today on Facebook. Make sure you text me. Look forward to that message.